He was very famous for the name Fergie Time. But right now, we now have the slot time. For the 5th consecutive match this season, Liverpool has needed a win in the very dying minute of matches to claim maximum points either in the Champions League or the Premier League. And it was Liverpool 3, Atletico Madrid 2 on Matchday 1 of the 2025-2026 Champions League for the Reds at home against a very stubborn Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid. It started like it was going to be a baptism on fire for Atletico, but they came back into that game and it was Liverpool at the death with Virgil van Dijk, the winning goal. But guys, the record signing was there. It was on the field of play. Uncanny Sam and the Bishop joined me and they were all there. You know, Ekitike surprisingly dropped to the bench. Surprise, you know, starting lineup to let him go to the bench for, well,
quite understood if you ask me.
British record signing, yes. Coming into the team, starting, they started our house on fire, Robertson and Salah. We saw what we needed to see of Salah.
Yeah,
this season, and it showed probably at the right time going into that game, going into the weekend in the Premier League and all of that. But once again, Slot clutching on straws.
I think we need to take some. We need to cut Salah some slack, right? Salah is 30-something years old, my brother.
You know, he don't set the standard. It's just like Messi and Ronaldo. He don't set standard. Unfortunately, I understand. We need to cut some slack. But because of what
we saw of him last season, he can never come close to that this season.
But
we need to agree with that.
In as much as we agree on Kani Sam, if Liverpool scores 3 goals,
he should score 1.
And Salah is not scoring or assisting, there's a problem.
He has to score.
I understand.
So that's how important he has become.
But that is the reality right now. It can happen over and over and over. Liverpool can score 5. And Salah will not either score no assist. It will happen. Age and everything, you understand.
But until then, he has to.
Well, until then, it has to. Yesterday, good game. Was I surprised? No. For obvious reason, Ekitike has not played in Champions League before.
Yeah, he's never played there.
Isaac has played. So I'm not even looking at the price tag of each player. I'm looking at the experience.
The pressure.
And this is Champions League, right? Group phase. I mean, what they call league phase. Winning matters at all costs. And the side like a house on fire, like you already mentioned. Before I could even look up, there were 2 goals up already.
6 million.
Robertson and
Mo Salah.
Yeah.
Then they went numb. And guess what? They were playing against a very lackluster
the team that was there for the taking. That's what.
That team doesn't even have an identity.
No
just like
identity.
Bayern right now.
No identity.
No, Bayern is an upgrade.
You understand?
Atletico have no identity.
There was nothing going. There was nothing that was going on for them. Nothing all through the game. And somehow they were able to get those 2 goals. First goal was scrappy. Somehow, second goal was a classic goal.
Belter.
Was a screamer.
Yeah, that's the one.
And I was asking myself, how did you get? And that was at the dying minute of the game. I was like, so we predicted. We said, look, Liverpool have to always outscore their opponent
because they
always concede.
The club era is back.
You understand? They always have to. Now we said it
3-2 against Bournemouth also.
We said it now during the preview.
Newcastle as well.
During the review of last week, right? We said, how long is it going to continue? It will see very soon. It's not going to happen again.
But for 5 games, very
soon it's going to happen again.
It looks like it's working.
Very soon it's going to happen again. Look, any other side aside this side that we're talking about now, with all these things, look at the side they've actually done these things against. Aside the Arsenal, you understand? With all these things, look at the side. And in the case of even the Arsenal thing, you understand, there was no scoring completely. So that was
until that fantastic.
That was the only goal. So just if it was an Arsenal side that they were playing and they considered at that time, they wouldn't have actually qualified. I mean, equalized.
First of all, let me give a shout out to Arne Slot. You know, for a lot of question marks in his ability as a coach. Came in and won the league. Okay, we've won the league. Now what can he do next? And it looks like a coach who wants to do the unthinkable again. But again. But I think the game yesterday just showed 2 things. It does show that Liverpool has only been papering the cracks. The cracks has been there. They just covering it with paper.
There was no crack, right?
No, there is.
There was no crack. No.
It opened. See, it opened
last season, right? Like we said, that team has been overtinkered with. The crack was not that visible.
Last season wasn't visible, yeah, but
it wasn't that visible.
Right now, the Liverpool team doesn't look like it's.
Of course,
the team that won the league last season is better than the team we are looking at the moment.
Fact.
But almost the same players. So
No.
The defense line. Wait, the defense line was just
2 changes.
2 changes.
3.
2 changes.
Arnold and
Robertson, Kekes and
so,
and
in the midfield, how many changes? 1 change.
No, Just one.
Floor width.
Just one.
In the attack.
And it's even up front, not predominantly the midfield.
Well,
He's looking well in
He's a
midfield.
midfielder.
Just one.
Football is like
But the core of the midfield is still remaining. Gravenberch, McAllister, Endo is still there.
See, football is like a
They've
dance.
not left.
Football is like a dance. When you hold the lady's hand and dance away, she dances along with you. If there's a problem in a team, no matter how good your team is, it rub off on the others. It's as simple as that. Liverpool have a defensive problem. And until they accept it, see, like he said, let us use a better team that came back 2-2 draw. 2-2, a Chelsea team of old.
No, okay, of old.
2-2.
Now you said that because not this Chelsea team.
See, how long can you keep waiting on slot time? This is a game that Liverpool should have killed off.
Simply put, they've never had a convincing performance.
Never this season.
They've not had a convincing performance.
They've been perfect.
Not perfect
in terms
at
of
all.
points.
Okay,
But
fine.
they've been all over the place.
Performance-wise, they've never had.
They've not given that champions aura. Champions step into game with so much swagger, with some tease and steel. When you go into games, sometimes at times top class. Remember on top of the world.
Last season was quarterfinal in Champions League, right? They crashed out to Paris Saint-Germain. Was it that of 16?
Quarterfinals. PSG. There were times that you see a top team like Man City. Man City will stream low 3-4-0, 5-0. That's what champions ooze. They don't see. There's no fear factor. It is Anfield though.
No, so
this is the Anfield that dragging a 3-2 draw.
realistically, right? This is last season. You know why they won the last season? Because of the
They are started earlier.
The gap in points. Because towards the end of last season they struggled. At some point they went towards
So
the
that-
end without winning. They lost against PSG. Home and away, they played the second fiddle. PSG were far better than them. Then beyond PSG, they lost some
No,
games.
they beat PSG in France.
Okay, they beat France. Yeah, then
PSG
they
in
lost
France,
at
they
home.
lost to
Yeah.
the vast
in
fixture.
the two-legged affairs, they
PSG
were
were the
the
better side.
second side in that game.
So PSG.
So no, I'm talking about yes,
against
no, yeah,
PSG, last
season.
against PSG.
1-0.
Then- So we started seeing this. We started noticing these issues right from last season. We started noticing this crack from last season. I think initially at some point we were thinking, okay, complacency because they've actually won the league.
Yeah, so it just
So I mean, they just relaxed. They just been relaxed.
Nothing
No,
to fight for.
nothing to fight for. But no, there is a problem, and the problem is getting bigger by the day.
Can
Because
Liverpool- believe
believe me,
Yeah.
they can't. This cannot happen in the next 2 or 3 games. Mark it.
I think
If they get away with this kind of performance in the next 1 or 2 games, in the next 3 games, they're going to get away with it.
See,
with
they should
this kind of
wake up
performance.
and smell the coffee and look at the big picture. Liverpool are not champions material.
I don't agree. Now this is
And I'll
why.
explain to you.
Okay, no,
I'll
okay,
explain
okay,
to
let
you.
me hear
And
from you.
I'll explain to you why. I think as much as you say, oh, it's a great. No, we sat down here for this is the 5th week in a row. It's a grit of stuff of champions.
That's what it is. See, now, no, so
How
I'll
long-
let you.
No.
Can you-
Champions, no. I agree with you completely.
Yeah.
Champions will not always
Sometimes you
beat
need to.
results.
Yes.
But also,
Sometimes you need to
dominate.
steamroll teams.
I'm
They
not-
dominate.
Champions must not dictate.
I don't-
Yes.
I'm not disputing.
Listen to me.
How
guys.
long can they go like this?
Listen to me. See, I will understand that in 1 or 2 occasions you have to dig deep and get the results
Yes.
right. But if it becomes your pattern,
norm.
if it is your norm, then you're not the champion for me.
How about we put it this way? In your patchy time, because no champion will dominate forever.
Can you be patchy for 5 games?
Wait now, I'm going somewhere. It's a face. How about now? There's about 50, there's about
after
55
spending-
games for Liverpool
listen to me now.
averagely this
I-
season.
I-
I'm going somewhere. There's about 55 games for Liverpool averagely this
Averagely,
season.
yes.
Let's assume every club, whether it's the Madrid, the Barcelona, the Bayern, the Arsenal, the Chelsea, that have dominated football in the past, there were times when in 6, 7, 8 games, they go through that patchy moment and they begin to struggle.
Not
If
without
this is Liverpool, wait, I'm going somewhere, guys. If this is Liverpool patchy moment, and even in the patchy moment, the Reds are able to turn out results that means that they still stay afloat. Because this is it. If these players somehow click to the Slot style of play and it works out, they begin to dominate better. What if this is the face? Now, because if they had lost the
let me
game,
answer him.
it would have been a
No, so
different
let me answer him.
conversation.
Let me answer you. When we say Arsenal patchy moment, what is it? When
In December.
No. Listen to me now. When the team was struck by injury. Now we're talking about a Liverpool team that has injury. I'm coming. I'm coming. We are talking about a Liverpool team that just finished spending over 400. I think 400
4
million
million
pounds.
pounds.
400 million pounds.
Cohesion.
Now,
Okay, so the key word is cohesion.
the Man City team that we spoke about when we talk about their party time, go and check it. Mostly injury to key players.
Yes.
Even
That's
fatigue
not the case of Liverpool right now.
Whether it's injury or
Liverpool
fatigue.
is cohesion.
Let me play.
The
Wait.
team is
Let me throw this your idea under the bus and let it stay there. Why I think this
I will push you out of the movie trade.
which champion begin their season this crappy?
But no, so they have 12 points in the Premier
Which
League.
of the champions
3
have
points in
No, we
the
are agree.
Champions
Points, the points does not tell the whole story.
That is it.
These guys are scrappy.
How many points?
Man still had their purple patch.
What
They
position
started
are
season like
Liverpool in the
on fire.
Premier League?
They are top of the table.
How many points ahead of Arsenal?
3 points.
So what are you saying?
But
They can afford to lose one game and still stay level on point. No, level on point, not on the same level on point.
But if they play this way, they will not lose. They will lose more than 1 game.
That's if.
Are they getting any better? 5 games into the season. And we're still against the Atletico Madrid team who just got their first win of the season last weekend. Come on, man.
And out of those 5 games, guess what? I think 3 at home.
3 at home. 3 at home.
3 at home.
So if you are struggling like this against Atletico Madrid, what happens when you play the likes of Arsenal?
Against both.
They beat Arsenal.
Listen to me.
They beat Arsenal for God's sake. By 1 goal to the. What's special about Arsenal?
No, so Dortmund at home. Arsenal at home.
Yes.
Atletico Madrid.
But they
at
didn't
home.
lose.
They didn't lose, but that performance is an eyesore.
I saw.
It's crappy to a fault.
Okay. Can we agree?
It's not good for TV.
No, so we're going somewhere. You said what happens when they play a team like Arsenal?
They defeated Arsenal. I agree, but that performance was crappy. Did you enjoy
I don't
the
care.
game?
What is important?
No.
See what happens at the end of
Now that is the distance. See, I understand about
result is what matters
You
first.
said there are
understand
55 games in a season. Can you play scrappy football for 5 games in the season and win the league?
Well, if they do and it happens,
it has never happened.
What if it happens?
It has never happened.
But let's talk about Diego Simeone. You know, Atletico Madrid quickly, and before we look at other games. Simeone, once again, you know, yellow carded, hot-headed the dugout. Always the Simeone we see every season. But I must give it to him, coming back from 2 goals down,
He didn't
getting the equalizer.
So,
He didn't win the game.
What are you giving to him?
But I'm saying, it's come to the Anfield. It's the
Yeah.
Anfield. These guys are Premier League champions. These guys are former European champions. Come on, give it to Simeone also.
The only thing I give Simeone
because let's be honest,
is a
on
backroom
paper,
Yes.
going into that fixture, it was Liverpool to win. Exactly.
No chance. Yeah.
So if they are coming out with a 3-2 win, we've got a little bit of kudos to
One of
Simeone.
the scariest game I watched was even the Liverpool and
Yeah, it was-
Atletico Madrid game.
It's the worst game.
I know the worst is Atlanta versus PSG.
It was
I think they were still.
See, funny enough, aside from the Chelsea game that even lived up to expectation a little, even Inter Ajax
was driving.
very drab. Very, very drab.
By the way,
So
back to the Liverpool thing.
no, back to Simeone.
Simeone can see.
No. I wonder. See, at times,
He's not a
right?
bad coach anyway.
He is right now.
He's not a bad coach.
Are you enjoying Simeone?
No, I'm not.
What has he done in the past 3-4 years?
Nothing.
So what are you talking about? So what makes him a good coach?
But I think
What's the definition of a good coach?
At some point, like I
Just
said,
like we agree, Ateta until Ateta wins Ateta for now, Ateta is a bad coach.
he's a bad
The
coach.
same
He's a
thing.
bad coach. I keep
same
saying it.
thing.
Ateta is a bad coach. It doesn't change my mind.
Wait. I want to whisper something. So Maresca is better than Ateta.
Of course. Trophy wise.
I don't like saying that. I don't like saying that in public. But Maresca is a disaster too. Yeah. These are a combination of two. It's like a case of between the devil and the demon.
What define a coach?
Don't shout. Let somebody outside.
It's in between.
Don't shout.
No, don't.
It's a yes or no question. Maresca is better than Ateta.
No.
You cannot tell me how to answer. No. Maresca is a disaster.
Let me answer it
It's
for
a
you.
disaster. But it's like the devil and the deep blue sea. What do you want? I will play the deep blue sea.
So you go drown.
I will try as much to swim. I'll give it a go.
But it's what it is.
But see, let me be sincere. Simeone is tapped out. I agree. Simeone is a forgotten article. I agree. You know, he's living on broad time. I agree.
I think Beretta exiting that team.
This
Beretta, they are sporting director.
in as much as you will say, okay, it's not meant to give kudos to Simeone for I give a punch to Arne Slot for letting that game go away. It's more of, for me, it's more of spite on Slot than on Simeone. Simeone is a miracle worker. If we get a go, we'll applaud him because we know that's what he does. Pragmatic football, enemy to football, but get the job done. In the recent time, it has not been working for him. I think that style of football has eased away from
it. Has expired now. It's no longer in vogue, yeah.
And it's like, but
no
for Arne Slot, who wants to build a dynasty in quote, and look at that dynasty, there are cracks, man. Lot of cracks.
Well, like it's a lack of cohesion, so I agree with him partly. Let's see what is going to happen.
This cohesion problem, and they say the cohesion. That's what they do in each half season. Cohesion. See, let me see. A player that is good though. 5 games, you're telling me that it is cohesion problem. Don't worry, we're getting to December very soon.
Well, Liverpool next face Galatasaray away in Turkey on Matchday 2 of the Champions League. And that week will be preceded by key interesting games for Arne Slot's side as he's got fixtures against Chelsea and Manchester United to follow suit before Matchday 3 of the Champions League against Frankfurt. Can they continue the Apache moment? Up next for the Reds is the Premier League tie against Everton. No longer at the Merseyside, but is at the Hill-Dixon Stadium.
Yeah.
A new face in the Merseyside derby. For Liverpool, there's congratulations to Arne Slot, who also turned 43, if I'm not mistaken. I was a year older, not sure of the age. Yesterday's during the game against Atletico Madrid. So it's happy birthday to Arne Slot. And of course, celebrating his birthday with a victory. So that's all you want to see. 3 points in the bag. 3 points. They stay level on top with whoever is on top of the Premier of the Champions League group phase, separated by a goal difference. They will take it. Football Temple brought to you by Azar Studios.